It's the same people almost every time. That you go to, you'll recognize faces. You'll start, it's like the chick in the Luigi hat. She's at every single one of them. And then they have the Elon Musk is a Nazi signs. And I actually confronted one of them the other day saying, what do you mean? What does that mean that Elon Musk is a Nazi? They can't answer the question. They called the police to tell the police to come get me away.
It's a signal to other cult members that this is the bad man, and I'm with you.
And that's the thing. It's like you don't necessarily have to pay these people to come out because it gives them this feeling of, oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing something for the world. I'm part of something. Because other than that, they're useless. They're not particularly intelligent people, obviously, and they're trying to fit in somewhere. That's why you have the, all the weird trans stuff now. It's like, oh, I can fit into this group now. That's the entire point of a lot of these people showing up. They feel like they're part of something, and they have value at some point.
Yeah. So if you're a bored college kid and you hear that there's going to be a big protest, you're like, I ain't got nothing else to do. But now here's the best part. We're starting to see all these photos pop up where Democrats are standing behind podiums. They ain't got no protesters anymore.
Right.
And people are saying, that's weird. Why is that?
Right. All the funding's going.
But there is one more thing. Before these layoffs happened, right? And before these people were all put on leave, you had in the middle of the business day, you had federal employees out there protesting in the middle, and that just proves everybody's point. Everybody's point. You can't. And then I think it was yesterday I saw on CNN some chick. I watch CNN because it's comedy at this point to watch these people. And she spends 10 minutes on CNN, a federal employee in the middle of the business day, whining about how much time it was going to take her to respond to this email and think about everything she had to do last week. And I'm like, in the time you spent whining on CNN in the middle of the business day, you could have responded to that email 5 times. It's ridiculous.
It is pretty wild.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I was wondering about, too, is people kept going on news shows to complain about having to respond to an email. And I'm like, if my boss came to me and said, tell me 5 things you did last week, I'd be like, I could give you 100, like in 5 minutes.
I can tell you 5 things I did in the last hour.
Right. It's a huge amount of stuff.
Every single time Ian is on this show, when the guests walk in, Ian goes, so what are you working on? Imagine we bring a Democrat in, they're going to go, oh!
Next time that happens, I'm going to protest here. I'll be like, no, this is not fair.
I think a lot of these
asked everybody, and I go, Ian, save it for the show. Like, we want them to explain the stuff they're working on, like, live. And he's, oh, okay. But it is not strange. Like, if I went to any office, like if my friend said, hey, you want to come stop by my office and see what's going on? Sure. And I go to the office, and he works in marketing, and there's like, this is my team, this so-and-so, and I'm like, cool. So what do you guys work on? Mm-hmm. Could you imagine? Oh, I can't have time to answer that. Are you joking? What? You're sitting at your computer.
I think a lot of these people felt really insulted too. I think that they didn't like being called out. They didn't like being told to disrupt the chain of command. I think that their pride was insulted in a lot of cases because
absolutely.
I mean, sure, it's stupid, but I think that
I think the truth is they just don't do anything.
Well, how much pride can you have by being a sit-at-home mouse wiggler? For the federal government, every 2 hours or so, just wiggle the mouse, you'll be fine.
Otherwise, it'll notify.
Right.
LoJack. I think Elon's play here. Look, man. It's funny. These liberals and leftists. I love reading their subreddits. I love watching their shows. It is crazy how low IQ they are. I don't understand. I think it's unfair to say low IQ because maybe they have great spatial reasoning, but they can't comprehend the basic social function. When you play a game of chess, I'm sitting there looking at the board and I say, okay, I'm going to move my knight here. When I do, my opponent has 7 options to try and counter me that I'm expecting, and I base my problem. If he moves here, I'll make move A. If he moves here, I'll make move B. If he moves here, I'll make move C. That's called multi-layered thinking, and that's called planning ahead. Democrats can't understand that. So when Elon Musk says answer the email, and then Kash Patel and Tulsi say to their departments don't, they go, oh, Elon got burned, his plan didn't work. And I'm like, Elon moved a piece, waited to see the response. He will then move the piece again. The plan isn't over. He's not given up. And I think what these people don't realize, because they lack the cognitive capabilities, is that this email test does a bunch of things. It tests whether emails exist. If you don't answer, maybe there's no email. The first thing that's going to happen is he's going to put out an email and he's going to say, respond. People don't respond. They're told by Trump, Tulsi, and Kash, you don't have to. Just ignore it. Red flag to all those accounts. Not to fire them, but it's a red flag. Why? Anybody who is deeply passionate and really cared about their job is going to be like, oh boy, like, yo, Elon, hey man, I'm working on this project, man. I need help. I've been trying to get my boss to look at this thing we're doing and he won't listen. Lazy people are going to be like, okay, whatever. Anybody doesn't respond gets a red flag. It doesn't mean you fire them, but now the magnifying glass is on them. Let it be. And the people who deeply care are going to respond being like, finally, please, I've been working so hard on this project. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.